Howdy, everybody, and welcome to the Æther-Tech Wars. I am Matthew R. Dawson, your friendly neighborhood host and game master for this Pathfinder 2nd Edition campaign, which, in the timeline of our setting, takes place about 40 years after the events of the Debauchery Circus and Fab 5 campaigns. Pathfinder 2nd Edition is a new rule system for this network, so to start things off, we will be running through a very heavily modified version of Pathfinder's beginner box adventure, Menace under Otari. That being said, I always put a very Loroupan spin on any module I use, so those familiar with the beginner box will note some big differences and some small differences as well to what's in the module and between what's in the module and what we're playing. Still, it's an excellent adventure to teach the basics of playing Pathfinder, and the group I've assembled has varying degrees of familiarity with the system, ranging from never played it to have played it quite extensively. I myself am somewhere in the middle, but that's part of the fun as well. So, with that disclaimer out of the way, why don't we go around the table and introduce our terrific cast of players? We're going to go alphabetically, starting with Brandie.
Hi, I'm Brandie. You can find me here on Random Rhapsody every other Wednesday playing Curse of Strahd, and soon every Monday with the Æther-Tech Wars. I'm also on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, technically. I don't do much there. And my username on those is River with a Y, Dragon 82. I try to keep up on them, but I'm not all that great at it.
That's fair. And your pronouns?
Oh, sorry. Pronouns are she, her.
Thank you. Brie, you're next.
Hi, I'm Brie. My pronouns are she, her. I am the resident artist, so I do the art. You can find more of my art on Instagram only at Pink Chic Geek Art. You have to put the art on the end because the other one is my private account and it's locked away. That's it.
Okay. Crimson, you're next.
I am Crimson Kitsune. My pronouns are he, they. And I don't really use any social media, so you can find me here for the Æther-Tech Wars games.
Thank you. Dyto, you're next.
Hello, I am Dyto. I use the pronouns she, her. You can also find me every other Wednesday with Curse of Strahd, Sonnet of Blood. And here every other Monday doing Æther-Tech. You can also find me over on Lost Caravan, where mostly I've been doing behind the scenes work. But every once in a while I'll be on stream.
Right on. Last but not least, John.
Hi, I'm John. My pronouns are they, them. Currently, you can find me here every other Monday for Æther-Tech, and also here every other Wednesday for the Magi Night campaign. I am also on Instagram at CreativePanda88 or at Blue Sky at johnpoart.bluesky.social. Also an artist, so if you want to come show some love, always appreciate it.
Support your local artists.
Absolutely.
Definitely. And as before mentioned, I am Matthew R. Dawson, the resident host and game master here on the network. My pronouns are he, him. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and start things off here with the Æther-Tech Wars. Our story begins in a horse-drawn carriage, which is traveling down the road south from Port Suliard in the barony of Coltrast. The occupants of that carriage are a group of Pathfinders, adventurers hired by the Erudite Conclave to look into a request made for aid from the mayor of Woodpine, which is a fishing and logging community located on the southern coast of Coltrast. The wagon itself was hired by the Conclave to carry this group to their destination, allowing this group of relative strangers time to get to know one another before they arrive at their destination. Now, it's not uncommon for the Conclave to group lone adventurers together who are looking for work, which is exactly what happened to these 5 individuals. Our scene pans down into the interior of that carriage, a slightly cramped space, not really meant for 5. Fortunately, one of these adventurers are on the small side, so I guess it could be worse-ish, I guess. The cart itself is otherwise somewhat comfortable. The seats are cushioned, though somewhat threadbare. There is some curtains that could be drawn closed if you wanted to, and the little old man who's driving the cart told you that they plan on riding as long as they can until it's too dark to travel and just to take care of the horses. But they expect to get you to Woodpine in a little under 4 days, probably more towards the evening time of the last day. Now, looking at our group of heroes, they are distinct and unique individuals. Let's go ahead and start on my left here on the overlay. Dyto, would you introduce to us your character and describe them for us, please?
I am playing Aeden, she, her pronouns. She is a Malexi sprite, psychic, blessed by Desna. She has an undercut, and all of her hair is brushed to one side. It's about shoulder length. She's got these big, purpley blue, shiny wings. She wears this, like, over the ear, kind of like a Cerebro style, like, headpiece that, like, helps with her psychic abilities. She also has a pair of antennae on her head, and she is wearing this, like, very glittery purple, blue, and white, like, jester-looking outfit. As she is super tiny and just kind of moseys around.
Cute.
Oh, I like it. Okay. Now, how big are sprites comparatively?
Sprites are tiny, so Aeden is, on a good day, 2 feet tall.
Wow.
Pretty tiny.
Yeah, very tiny indeed. I like it. Okay. Next, we turn our attention to John. Please describe for us your character.
I'm playing Draven. Draven Blight. He is a liminal fetchling champion. Draven is quite the opposite of our fair sprite companion. He is 6'2", 225 pounds of mass. Currently, he is dressed in what some would say is a little bit more in the creepy attire. His outfit is dark. It looks as though he's coming from a funeral. There's some embroidery and detail work of some skulls on his back, which actually is now setting to the side to share some space, is a large coffin-shaped shield. And to his side is a special shovel that was handcrafted to be multi-purpose.
Love it. Brandie, our scene now turns to you. What do we see?
I am playing Maiko, the dancing child. She is a Darkfields Kitsune, swashbuckler. She is a lithe wisp of a fox-like humanoid. Her fur is mostly light gray, almost white, with purple accents, and her eyes are violet as well. She has several piercings in her ears, eyebrows, nose, and even a couple on her lip. Most notably about these is that none of them seem to match. She's got some dangly ones, some hoops, some studs. Some look very expensive, some not so much. It appears that they've come from varying backgrounds, likely because they're picked up on some of her raids in her past. Her clothes are very loose and flowy, like a dancer's. She dresses mostly in dark gray, black colors with dark purple accents to accentuate her fur. Were she to dance, these clothes would become almost of an extension of her body, adding to the allure of her movements. She carries a rapier at her side and seems well suited to travel. Carrying very, very lightly, or packing very light. And if things get a bit too crowded in this wagon, she'll willingly just shift form into her fox form, which looks much the same color-wise. It's just, a little fox.
That must be fun. Okay.
Oh, it will be.
Well, I kind of get this vision in my head that there's a little wisp of smoke trailing in this this carriage right now. Some of you might find it a little offensive, some might not, but our attention now turns to the source of that little wisp of smoke. Brie, tell us about your character.
I'm playing Malachi Sykes. He's a cat boy, cowboy, bad boy. And so he's a gunslinger, and he wears it proudly. So I imagine his gun is probably on his hip, very visible. He's sitting next to this dark man, but he's dressed very brightly. So since we may have come into town today, he's wearing a yellow cowboy hat with a matching yellow shirt with white fringe. And next to him is a big guitar case, which is making the place more cramped. Right, and I'm absolutely smoking a cigarette in the wagon with the curtains closed.
And am I getting Roy Rogers kind of vibes with the outfit?
So, I was thinking Orville Peck.
Okay.
Orville Peck's got the cool mask, but I'm not wearing a mask because you can't cover this handsome face. He's like medium brown skin tone, long hair. He's half tabaxi. So he has like little ear holes cut out of his cowboy hat.
Half cat folk.
Yeah, cat folk. So he's got his little ears sticking out, and he does have a tail. But I imagine he's very handsome, even though he can't grow a full beard.
I like it. Last but not least, our scene pans to the other side of the carriage to take a look at the second Kitsune in this wagon. Last but not least, Crimson, please describe for us your character.
Yeah, so I will be playing Yaekaze, who is a Darkfield's Kitsune sorcerer. She's a very leaf woman, about 6 foot tall, that wears very dark robes with this very pale blue stitching across it, and a very ceremonial-looking ceramic mask. And at the moment, she is just keeping her snout on the outside of this wagon away from the cigarette smoke.
Oh, yeah. I have no doubt it is slightly offensive. Now, each of you had come to the Conclave looking for work. The Erudite Conclave, as I mentioned, is well known throughout the world of Loroupa as an independent organization of historians, scribes, archivists, archaeologists, and lore masters who regularly hire adventurers to go deal with tasks or research events brought to their attention. As the carriage lumbers its way down the dirt road, away from the port, each of your thoughts shift back to what led each of you to take the job with the Conclave. Although, I'm sure the smoke from Malachi's cigarettes also kind of just putting you in the mood of, ugh. But whatever.
It's calming me.
So, let's go around the table one more time and talk a little bit about your life before this point. Yaekaze, tell us a little bit about what brought you here to take on this contract?
So Yaekaze is very obviously a recent visitor of the material plane, only having found herself here in the last couple of months. She's not quite sure why she's here, but the magic in her blood, or whatever that gifted this magic to her, definitely wants her here. She intends to find out why.
I like it. Next, Malachi. Tell us a little bit about what brought you here to join this expedition.
Well, there ain't much to Malachi's story. He's born youngest of 7 siblings, whom he loves. But he kind of was in and out of trouble. So he found his mentor who taught him about the firearms. And then when that kind of all fell through, and the whole band kind of fell through, he was just kind of looking for work. So he figured he'd put some money in his pocket and give him the chance to travel around and find some new inspiration for his music.
Conclave is certainly a way to do that and get a little change in your pocket along the way.
Mm-hmm.
Maiko. Is it Maiko or Maiko?
Let's go with Maiko.
Maiko. Maiko. Looking back on your history, what brought you to join this little job?
So, Maiko was but a young kit when her life had completely changed. She was playing in a field one day when she'd ventured a little too far from home. Lost and panicked, she sought her way home, but soon found herself somewhere she had never been before. A strange land, one that was completely unrecognizable to her. In fact, one moment she was in a forest, and the next, a meadow with no trees as far as her eyes could see. Confused and scared, she wandered for days trying to find something familiar when she happened upon a camp of people. A man in this camp took pity on this cold, starving little fox creature. He fed her and sat her by the fire to warm her up. She quickly became a surrogate daughter to who she came to know as the captain, the leader of a bandit group called the Crimson Cartel. He was fiercely protective of her. The group wouldn't dare so much as raise their voice at her, as they would quickly find a blade at their throat and a stern warning to not let it happen again. She would often dance around the campfire entertaining the group, and this earned her the title of the Dancing Child. She was taught the code the group lived by. See, these weren't your typical bandits. They only targeted the wealthy, especially those who were cruel to the less fortunate. They never took everything they had. Call it a forced tax, if you will. They performed reverse raids, often, leaving a needy family a much-needed pouch of coin. Maiko was often used as a distraction and a scout of sorts. Being, a little fox kid, it was easy for her to do. Things were great until a raid went wrong and the captain was gravely injured. The group, suddenly without a leader, was sent into chaos. Fighting over who the next leader would be, fighting over the code, trying to figure out where things were going to go from there. Maiko tried to stick with them, but when they stopped following the code and started robbing those who couldn't afford it, she left. She could not betray the memory of the only father she remembered. She wandered for a bit until she found a posting for a job at the Erudite Conclave. The pay was good, and there's promise for more work and more pay upon success. She also saw this as a way to continue with her father's ideals and keeping the spirit of his memory alive.
I like it. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, our scene next pans to the dude with a coffin lid next to him. Draven, why don't you tell us a little bit about what led you to join the Conclave?
Certainly. Draven actually is enjoying the smell. The smoke is actually very reminiscent to just the incense and the candles that would burn at the conclave and the church that he would spend most of his childhood in. Draven was actually raised at an orphanage called the White Flame in the kingdom of, oh my god, brain.
Gulfrin.
Gulfrin, in the kingdom of Gulfrin. Thank you. And that's pretty much where most of his upbringing came from. He was basically the big brother to all the other kids there. But when he got older, he realized that nobody was going to adopt a fetchling, especially not there. So he took to finding work, where he met a very crotchety old man named Owen, who took him under his wing as a sort of apprentice gravedigger. And for probably better half his life now, Draven's been kind of working there, digging all the graves, helping to tend to the bodies and the burials. But, seeing so much death and devastation, he just started to realize that there's too much. He works with the dead, but there's now just an imbalance. There's more death than there is life coming in. And whether or not there was a true calling from the deity Jorun or not, he decided that it's his time now. He needs to rectify this to bring balance back to the world. The kingdom is falling apart. So that's why he decided to start his journey. So with Owen's help and assistance and a few extra coins, Draven took ship and ended up there. And, going to the Erudite Conclave, he figured they were everywhere. It would be the easiest ways to get kind of started and get some coin while he investigates. So.
Very nice. Okay.
Now I feel bad I didn't do a long one.
No, God.
I know. Yeah.
We need a little mystery.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess it's fitting for the character who would be very flippant about it.
It's up to
my
you.
Dad's been busting my balls about getting a real job.
Yeah, Ishmael. I'm sure.
It's like, you can't be in a band. You can't be in a band for the rest of your life.
I don't know. I mean, he was a member of the Thieves Guild. Would he really care that much? Who knows?
Well, maybe I'm getting into too much trouble.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's your character. Anyway, our scene turns towards the 2-foot-tall individual there in the carriage. Aeden, tell us a little bit about what brings you here to the Conclave.
Well, first off, Aeden is sitting at the back not even on a seat, just on the floor of the carriage, and just ever so slightly fluttering her wings to make the smoke just spread even more.
Yes. Malachi doesn't notice anybody's reaction to the smoking at all. Not paying any attention.
But Aeden also, she does not understand the concept of time. She is the oldest of 3. Her and her 2 younger sisters just kind of moseyed about from place to place, never really staying anywhere too long until maybe it was a couple of months ago, maybe it was a couple of years ago. We don't really know. She got her psychic abilities and was not sure what or how to use them. And she ended up learning under Deo in the swamps for a little while. And Deo decided it was finally time for her to go out and actually use her abilities practically instead of practicing in a swamp with him.
Is this like a reference? Like, is that Yoda? Is that Yoda in the swamp? Like, that sounds like what
Dyto, tell us what was the name of the swamp? Do you remember the name I gave you?
I do. I don't know if I will. I know the reference, but I'm going to say it wrong. Oh
no.
Obadag?
Obadag.
Okay.
Dio from the swamps of Obadag.
No.
Yes. Oh.
I don't like this.
Actually, that's a character that was referenced in the Fab 5 campaign, but they never sought him out. So,
He became real. Is he little and green?
He's a goblin.
He is a goblin.
He is little and green.
He is little and green and has big ears. That's all I'm saying.
Brilliant. Love it.
Amazing.
She, like her three sisters, are chaos.
Just pure chaos, huh?
I love that.
Love it. Okay. Well, the trip from Port Souliard to Woodpine, like I said, takes a little more than 3.5 days. So you've definitely got a bit of time to get to know one another in that cramped carriage that you're all sitting in. You all would have met when the Conclave grouped you together. And once you were given the details of your job, you would have been led to your carriage and sent on your way. My question to you all is this. Who would have been the first to break the ice? And what would you have said?
Actually, I think Draven would have. Because he would have pulled out a little notebook. Because what he likes to do is he likes to keep the names of everybody that he's ever met and a little bit of information in them. Because growing up in the orphanage, you don't get to know people so much. So that's probably would have. Well, I do look forward to working with all of you. This is my first time really doing something like this, and it's very exciting. It's truly, I cannot wait. But
Your first time?
I can't believe it. I'm just quivering with anticipation. I'm just befuddled. I've never really done something so exciting before.
Yeah, you look befuddled.
I think Aeden is just looking at him and cocks her head to the side. I don't think you got the memo. I think we were supposed to all be animals, right? Wasn't that in the memo? That's why I've got the antennas and the wings.
My, you are a funny little one. What was your name again?
Aeden, hi, nice to meet you.
Hi, pleasure. But I don't think that I did get the memo. No. I guess I have animal skull. I think.
Close enough.
Malachi feels like he lucked out because he also didn't read the memo.
There was no memo.
There was no memo.
There was a memo that went out that he did not read. And he's like, ooh, this is a close one. If Draven has a little notebook, Malachi will take it. If you'll let me. Wait, you're putting names in there, right?
Of course.
Put names in there.
In my line of work, I find that it is important to...
This might be worth some money someday. He takes a notebook and he signs his name like he's giving an autograph.
So you John Hancocked it just across the whole page?
As big as I can get on the page he's currently using.
Draven has never seen a signature before, so he doesn't know what cursive looks like. So to him, this is just a really pretty, doodle.
I wink at it.
Oh.
So who died?
Well, let's see. You have the Marion twins, tragedy. Then you've got, and he's just going to go through a long list from the very beginning, and some of the ones from the orphanage that he's met, and that
this is a death note.
It's not all of them. There's I would say it's probably about half of them have lines or little check marks by each of the names with
you check off when they die. It's complete task.
So it's a hit list than a death note.
Yeah.
All right, now I'm a little concerned. Oof.
Why concerned? It is important.
Oh, it's nothing. It's nothing.
I find that this is important to remember everybody, because if there is nothing there, then people get forgotten, and that's not right. Nobody should be forgotten.
That's really poetic.
Oh,
That's really nice.
Thank you.
You should write that down. Write it down. I love this guy. I really like this guy. I really like him. I want to turn to Brandie's character is Maiko, right? Maiko. Because we're all sitting in the wagon, right? And the wagon's all rocking. All right. And I want to say, all right, well, we've kind of introduced ourselves. What's your name?
I'm Maiko.
Yeah, Maiko, what do you do?
What do? I distract. I
Got that right.
sometimes raid people. A little bit, sometimes give back.
I was always told you should not admit to felonies in dubious company, but I like your gusto.
That's probably like the first thing that Falderal taught you.
I happen upon. I sometimes happen upon people who are in need of lightening their load, dispersing, and I help them.
I mean, I'm kind of light of a load.
Malachi makes a mental note. We're gonna have to talk about that later. That's interesting.
Are you in need of lightening your possessions?
Oh, no, I am light of load. I am tiny.
Gotcha. Anybody else does? Do any of you need help lightening your possessions by chance?
Malachi struggles a lot to not make an innuendo.
I feel
okay, I'm gonna say it anyway. I got a load you can lighten. I'm sorry, I had to. I said that just because it was funny and not because I was trying to flirt. But if you do want to talk in private about this later, I'll be available.
Honestly,
take a week.
All right.
And at that statement, just everyone looks around uncomfortably.
No, she winked at me. Malachi chuckles to himself. Then I'll turn to Yaekaze, who I imagine is Yaekaze. No, it's Yaekaze.
Yaekaze.
Okay,
Yaekaze.
I turn to Yaekaze, who I imagine is like
Still with head out the window.
Yeah, head out the window, not looking at this conversation at all. And I want to say, ahem, very loudly. You getting some fresh air out there?
Some, yes. The trees are very pretty.
Oh. Malachi realizes for the first time he's being rude and throws his cigarette out the window. It's pretty much done anyway.
Make what do we got for?
Oh, I gotta make a check.
Yeah, why not? Just for the fun of it, to see what happens when you flick it out. Give me.
Starting fires everywhere I go, baby.
Burn the forest down.
you're just gonna flick it
Land
right
in some
at me.
really, really dry shrubs.
Give me an acrobatics check.
Acrobatics?
Why not?
Okay. First roll of the game. It's an acrobatics check.
Oh.
I got a 25.
It's crazy. Like Yaekaze has that the curtain back a little bit. You just flick it. It goes right past their head, in through the little crack, bounces off of a nearby tree, and then lands underneath the wagon wheel. So the wagon wheel rolls over it and crushes it, putting it out.
Mm-hmm. Can I say I'm a precision shot?
Yeah, because it just like flinches and pulls her head back inside and just turns around and just kind of narrows her eyes.
Maiko's gonna look at the gun on Malachi's hip and like, hope you're as good at aiming that as you are those cigarettes.
Well, I get a lot of practice. Leave it at that. So, welcome to the party, Yaekaze.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Is it?
It is now.
What brings you here?
I'm not sure yet.
I like a good mystery.
Well, that I can provide.
What's with the... Is Yaekaze wearing the mask?
Yeah, she would always. It's just
Alright.
like permanently on her head.
What's with the mask? You wanted?
No, it's a. Call it an Adler.
Wait, say that one more time.
What?
Call it an Adler.
An
A
heirloom.
family heirloom.
Family. Yeah, I'm also not wanted by the law.
I don't believe it.
We're all just a bunch of not wanted people.
I feel like that's a deception check.
No, Yaekaze just does not believe it at all.
Like, what if I roll really bad? That would be the dice telling the story. Yep, see 10.
Yeah.
Really bad. Really bad. Well, you know, I'm not the one admitting to crimes in this wagon. That's all I'm gonna say.
I want to see if I believe that though. What would I roll for like an insight to see if I actually still
It's
buy it?
perception, right?
Or you could also roll society. I would allow that.
Ooh, society. Have you been to Coltrast?
No.
You didn't see my wanted poster.
Nat 20.
I'm absolutely wanted by the law.
Without question.
Mhm.
This is,
Or maybe wanted by somebody.
it is none of my business, I believe, is the phrase,
Mhm.
right? So,
There's no specification on what you meant by wanted.
Yeah, just people want me all the time.
I imagine the concept of wanted people is a fairly common idea for Maiko.
What do you mean? Maiko's, to her knowledge, has not been wanted by any law enforcement.
this is so funny. Draven did so much community service, like helped grandmas across the street, never did anything wrong.
Yeah, I was just in a cart with a bunch
But
of criminals.
you
I
look
mean, Maiko's giving back just as much as,
Situational ethics. Yay!
absolutely.
we got what, 3-4 days in this wagon? Is anybody play an instrument?
Seems you do.
I do, but
No, but it sure looks like you might.
it's not as much fun if you don't have anybody to collab with.
Maiko, will shift into a fox form and kind of start dancing around a little bit, because I think everybody would be a little bit upset if she danced around in current form.
Okay.
I can do special effects, but I can't actually play an instrument.
All right. Well, I'll play some for the sweet little fox here. Pull out my guitar. I'll strum a jaunty tune for the little fox to dance to.
There you go. You pull out your guitar and begin strumming on it a little bit, bringing up a jaunty tune, which does help to, pass the time a little bit. Let's see. That's the thing about Pathfinders, that there isn't like a performance check. Oh yeah, there is performance.
Yes, there
Give me
is.
a performance check, Maiko, and give me one as well, Malachi.
A
I
14.
think I rolled a 20.
You did.
So you rolled a crit fail 20.
Is that what that is? I don't.
Why is
Well,
it
it's just-
I don't
'cause
see all the other stuff.
No, it's just a regular 20.
It's just funny that
So
it's
a
red.
dirty 20. It's all rolls are red unless they're green. If they're like a fail, it's a different color red.
Well, mine is just blank. No one's.
Yours rolled a 14.
I know, but I'm saying it's not any color.
No, for me it is.
When you like hover over it, it has the 20 in red. And then you hover over mine, and it just has the 8 in parentheses, just normally.
When I hover over it, it doesn't. I'm not seeing it.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
it's
weird.
Oh no, it's red for me too.
Weird.
Weird. Anyway, yeah, I rolled a 14. I'm acceptable at guitar.
Yeah. You play a little jaunty tune, but the little fox that's in there with you is dancing in a way that none of you really expected a little fox to do. Up on the hind legs, doing little kicks and flourishes and twists and flips. It's an interesting display and allows you to pass the time a little bit for your journey. Now, eventually, the group, the conversation switches and changes and goes in ebbs and flows, as all conversations do. And eventually, you come to the actual purpose of your trip, the mission. You know that Viren Hargrove, the mayor of Woodpine, has requested the Conclave's aid with a problem that has befallen their town. There has been a series of strange events that has left the locals in Woodpine fearing for not only their safety, but their livelihoods as well. Someone or something has been stealing from the local businesses' basements and storage cellars, leaving large mounds of dirt behind to show their passing. Some are saying that some sort of beast is lurking underneath the village, burrowing up into people's cellars and feeding on the stores for winter and stealing random things from the business's basement. Folks are worried that whatever is eating their supplies might get hungry enough to come up to the surface and eat some of the townspeople next. The mayor has offered a tidy sum of 100 gold pieces for the speedy resolution of the issue, an amount that shows the severity of the locals' concern. Gold is much more valuable in Pathfinder than it is in 5th edition. Things cost less, and money is accumulated differently. So things are 20 gold pieces per person for a group of 5 is enough to take care of the average person for a good couple months at least. So it's a nice amount of money and could certainly line your pockets, and you never know what you might find if you're venturing down underneath a city or a village like Woodpine. One thing everybody would know, even without, some type of history or lore check, is that what happened 40 years ago during the breaking changed the very nature of the world around you. Things moved, things shifted, and places are being rediscovered or new places are being discovered pretty much every day. So the possibility of finding treasure in even the most simplest location is so much different than what it was during, most of your parents' generation. So you never know what you might find venturing forth to deal with whatever it is that's coming up and disrupting the townspeople's lives. As you're all riding along and kind of considering the information that you were provided by the Conclave, does anybody have any thoughts of how they want to proceed once they arrive in the town?
Well, I think best thing to do would be to talk to the townspeople, get to know them, get their story.
Absolutely. I would also venture it is important to investigate the homes that were attacked, see kind of what may have actually caused it, see if there's any clues.
Yeah, I'd figure if it was a burrowing creature, it'd be pretty obvious, because there'd be a tunnel,
A tooth, a teeth, claw.
Yeah, teeth, claws, a tunnel, dirt.
If the hole is small, I could go down it.
Take one of
Malachi's cigarettes and smoke it out.
Well, they're kind of a precious resource that I wouldn't waste personally.
Oh, in that case, take 2.
Malachi, since you mentioned it, Malachi likes
Could you
another
not?
sugar.
What was that, Brandie?
It said, but Malachi could blow the smoke into the tunnel, could he not?
Yeah, I don't mind smoking in dubious tunnels. I'll smoke anywhere.
And then Yaekaze, I think you said something.
Yes, figuring out what was stolen may also help.
That's true. There might be a pattern to it. So glad y'all were paying attention and know what we're going into.
I mean, if there is a pattern, we can find a similar item and set a trap. Make it come to us instead of us going to it.
Precisely.
Yeah. The sprite is kind of wily. I like it.
There haven't been any injuries, correct? Just stolen goods.
Would we know?
You don't know a whole lot more than what the Conclave told you, which they told you the following facts: that something is hitting the town and taking things from basements and storage cellars and things like that. They're leaving mounds of dirt in place to be found after these things are stolen. Things that have been stolen so far: tools, an anvil, metal bits and pieces from the blacksmith shop, tools, like I said, but also provisions, dried fish from the fishery, some dried goods, rations from the general store. And every single time they come down, they find that things are missing. They find a big mound of dirt somewhere in that area.
Hmm.
You know that the name of the person who requested aid is Varen Hargrove, which I will go ahead and give to you right here.
Do we think they're building something?
Could be.
Taking something down.
Or maybe they come from some underground civilization and dirt is money and they're paying for it.
Or maybe they made a place that's too big and they need to stabilize Earth. There's a word.
All this theorizing's hurting my head.
As you
somehow doubt the dirt is payment.
Yeah.
I think what we have here is
That's the biggest thought you're getting.
bandits that are not good at hiding their tracks.
Yeah, you would know. So maybe it's part of your little squad.
No. I can assure you that. Well, for one, I'm no longer part of them, and were it them, well,
They'd be
Never
better at
mind.
hiding.
we were better at hiding, for sure. We were more selective in our targets as well.
Well, frankly, I think till we get there's probably not much else that we'll suss out.
As your conversation kind of lulls a little bit and you all just sit back and enjoy the wagon ride, after a little bit of time, you feel that the reins have been pulled back on the horses and the wagon is starting to slow a little bit, causing all of you to jostle. You hear the driver calling out, "Hey, there's some body in the road up ahead. They're moving. They're walking down the road towards us. Just wanted to give you all the heads up."
I draw my gun and stick my head out the window.
Because they also sticks her head back out the window.
Perception
I mean,
checks.
it could be a friend.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, I know I gotta find it.
It's on the right-hand
Perceive.
side.
That's not good. 11.
Yaekaze, you can make one as well.
Yeah, I'm new to Roll20, so I'm trying to figure out how.
It's on the right-hand side of your character sheet on the character section. It's a little bit below all the conditions.
Okay, I found it.
I stuck my head out the window and all the smoke from my newly lit cigarette blew in my face and I couldn't see.
Nice. The cigarette smoke blew into my face instead.
I stuck my head out of Yaekaze's window and the cigarette smoke blew all over.
Okay, well, between the two of you, you can't see a whole lot. All that cigarette smoke going into Yaekaze's face is just, it's making your eyes water. You have to close them and blink to get the tears away. Malachi, you can kind of see like a little bit of a silhouette in the distance that the dude was talking about, but not a whole lot. Aeden, however, you stick your head out the other side of there, away from the two of them, and you glance down, and with that 17 that you rolled, you can see that there are 4 individuals making their way along the road ahead. You can't see their full features yet. You're still kind of like about a couple, like maybe a good 100 or so feet away from them, but you can see that there's 4 distinct individuals. They look humanoid and about medium size.
Well, they're bigger than me, and there's 4 of them.
Well, do they look
5 of us? So.
dangerous?
We're too far away to tell. I think they're friends.
You think they're friendly? All right. Well, I don't see any reason to, cause a scene so far.
Okay.
Unless we want to get out and talk to them. Seems like the driver's all messed up.
I was just letting you know that there's people on the road ahead.
Well, you ain't never seen traffic before?
Yeah, I just was letting you know. God damn. Walrus be damned.
Hey, don't you swear.
Oh.
You better watch your fucking language.
It's like going, we don't hit, and you hit the back of their head.
Don't hit people.
A couple minutes later, like not even a minute later, you feel the old man pulling up on the reins, halting the horse. You all kind of jostle once again, have to stabilize yourself from being thrown forward, and you hear him. They're in the center of the road. Oh shit! It's
all right.
Oh my god! They're horrible looking. Horrible looking. Oh my god! Get out here!
Yeah.
We'll get out.
Draven jumps out. This sounds like somebody needs help now, so he's like, "Okay, I'm on task. Let's go."
I'll get out.
I sigh.
Maiko get out as well with rapier drawn.
You can.
I'm just gonna climb up and sit next to the driver.
Okay. Yeah, you can absolutely do that. Feel free to move your tokens a little bit. As you all are climbing out, you can now see the 4 distinct individuals moving towards you. They are humanoid looking, though their skin is dark and grayish looking. But as they're getting closer, you all notice their arms are kind of outstretched. They're all kind of moaning and lumbering a little bit. And there's parts of their body just fucking missing. What you see here is a horde of zombies walking down the road, making their way towards you. So, I would like everybody to go ahead, click your tokens first, and then roll for initiative. Now,
could I have hung back a little bit, and then can I do, roll deception or stealth for my initiative so I can do my sneak attack thing?
you can absolutely roll your stealth if you would like to roll that for initiative. So the way initiative works in Pathfinder is a little bit different than 5th edition. you are going to be rolling a skill based on what you're currently doing. Most of you have been climbing out of the wagon, so you're going to be rolling perception as your initiative this time, which is, you'll see that there is 2 buttons under perception. One is regular perception, one is initiative, and there's a little toggle. You move the toggle to what it is you are rolling, then you click the initiative button, and that will propagate your initiative onto the...
I'm not sure if mine is rolling correctly, because I rolled a 3, and if I'm reading this correctly, I'm supposed to be adding 7. So how do I get 3 if I'm adding 7 to my roll?
Yeah.
Well, it looks... You are trained in stealth, I see that. Well, first of all...
I mean, I just put the word stealth on mine, so I also don't know if it's rolling correctly because I'm using my app on my phone.
It's not. I'm going to do it for you.
That's fine.
There you go. You rolled an initiative of 19 with your stealth.
Okay. And just a heads up, Marissa is done now, so I'm going to be driving here in a moment.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm probably just going to have you kind of run my character for me.
That's okay. I can do that. You just tell me what it is you're wanting to do, and I will describe from there. Okay.
I've got cranberries stuck in my head.
That's valid.
Yeah.
It's in your head. In your head. Okay. Let's get a little combat in here. It might go a little bit past 9 o'clock, but not too long. This ain't going to take a lot of time. Yaekaze, you had climbed up next to the wagon driver and are sitting there. And you can see that those zombies are in the road ahead of you. The closest one is about 75 feet away from where you are currently sitting. What would you like to do?
That's a great question. Yaekaze is going to look towards Malachi and kind of swirl her hand in front of her, and this kind of golden blue bow kind of appears in her palm. She just kind of pushes it towards Malachi. She will cast guidance on him.
Cool.
Okay,
That's
guys.
This will be the perfect opportunity for you to show us how well you are with that gun.
All right. Now the pressure's on. I'm sweating.
So what guidance is going to do is it's going to give you a +1 status bonus on 1 attack roll, perception check, saving throw, or skill check you do for the duration, which is until the start of Yaekaze's next turn.
Mm-hmm.
And then you are immune for 1 hour to that spell.
Okay. Yay, that was 1 action. You still have 2 remaining.
Yes. Man, God, so many questions. I'll just ready an action, so if anything gets within close enough to me to punch it, I'll just scratch at it with my claws.
Okay, holding action for in case somebody comes near. Sounds good. Maiko, you are up next. You are currently on the side of the wagon, kind of hiding behind the door that you had left open. You can see that the zombies are ahead of you. The closest one is 90 feet away. So you do have a bit of distance between you and it. I'll remind you that everything is an action, and your base movement speed is only 25 feet. So you got some ways to get to them, unless you have like a ranged weapon.
I don't feel like I have any I can't look right now, but I don't think I have any feats or anything that help me go faster, do I? 'Cause I thought there's something that did, maybe.
Not for your if you have panache, that increases your movement speed, but you don't have any panache right now.
Okay, you said they're about 90 feet away.
Yes.
Have none of them taken any movements, correct?
They have not. You can also choose to hold your turn. What that happens is you're choosing to wait until other people go first, so hopefully they get closer, and then when you choose to use your action, or when you choose to use your turn, that's your new initiative. So if you choose to hold your turn, you can move in initiative until something happens that you can do something, but it permanently changes your order turn in initiative. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think I'm gonna hold then, because I kind of wouldn't mind having that element of surprise still, although I think I'm gonna lose that probably, but I can't get up to them, so I'll just hold action where I'm at. I'm gonna stay kind of hidden.
You're holding your turn, not your action. It is a bit different, but
okay. Well, then I'm gonna hold my turn until maybe one of them gets closer, and maybe I can hit him with a surprise attack.
Absolutely. Okay. Then the only thing you got to remember is you have to call your turn. You have to do something before turn order ends. Otherwise, you've lost your turn altogether.
Okay. Well, since I am not able to see the map,
I will just tell you.
If one of them gets within 25 feet, let me know.
Okay, will do. Next up, Draven. You're next.
Alright. Is talking to Malachi or asking them a question, does that count as an action? Because I just have
limited conversation is a free action. If it's more than like 6 seconds worth of conversation, you might have to talk about it.
For sure. I want to turn to them and ask, can you get them from right now?
Well, I might have to take a few steps.
Good enough for me. And then I'm going to move, let me see actually where you are. Cool, that works actually. I would like to move here. I think it's 25. And then I'm going to cast Infectious Enthusiasm, which is going to give me and one person who sees me within 30 feet. +1 to attack rolls, will saves, charisma-based skill checks.
I like it. Who are you going to give that to?
Malachi. They can get him. I'm gonna trust him to do it. So
wow, y'all are awfully friendly.
Is that a status bonus or a circumstance?
It's status, so it wouldn't stack with guidance.
Exactly. Malachi already has a +1.
Okay, so that will not stack.
Perfect. Then.
But the guidance is I can use it until your turn comes around, and I can use it on something else.
Yeah, you can use it on once.
So
yeah,
you could use it on the second attack if you wanted to. So you could use one on each.
Well, this one is just on attack rolls, so this one would be on everything. Like,
I'm just saying that the 2 on attack rolls, it won't stack.
I know, but I'm saying I could. Okay, what's the other one for guidance? It says it's 1 attack roll, perception check, saving throw, or skill check, and then this one is attack rolls, will saves, or charisma-based skill checks. So, I don't know. It's whatever you guys want to do, but in theory, I could use both of them, just not on the same thing. I could use them separate.
That's fine.
Okay, so you're giving it to Malachi.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, Malachi, you are up next.
Alright, now I feel like a lot of pressure is on me. I've got 10 paces, so as a part of my first action on my first turn, I can step up to 10 feet as a free action. Unfortunately, that's still not going to get me close enough because I have a dueling pistol, so I have to be within 60 feet. So I think this puts me 70 feet. Yeah, so I will stride, which means I walk.
Which is your first action. A stride is an action, so you can move up to 25 feet.
I will move right here. So that's one action. Mm-hmm. I will then shoot gun. All right. I draw my pistol. Well, I technically draw my pistol as part of my first action too. So I'm just gonna try to shoot him. And I get a +1 bonus. I don't know how to add that, so I'm just gonna roll and then we'll
just roll and we'll add it manually. Tell us a little bit about how you're able to pull your gun out as part of your action.
Oh, so I should make it fancy and say I'm actually gonna do here's what I'll do. So 1 action to stride. 1 action, I'm going to manifest my soul-forged weapon so I can manifest its essence. So I pull my pistol, and then it's like wreathed in flame because I took the 1 planar pain, so it does like additional elemental damage. Can't make it chaos damage, whatever. It's chaos flames. So yeah, I draw it, it's wreathed in flame, and then I'm going to shoot and hopefully do some extra damage. We'll see. It's only an 11.
Oof.
Yeah, big oof. Do we have any hero points? Do we start the session with a hero point?
You know what? Why not? Let's start with everyone has 1 hero point because it's.
Yeah, because I'll try again.
Okay. You want to spend that hero point? Go for it because an 11
sure
does miss.
27. Well,
27 is so a 28 is not only going to hit, it's actually a critical hit because it does more. Yeah. If you roll 10 over their AC, it's considered a critical hit.
God damn. Alright. So they are going to take the crit damage, which would be 8, plus a situational +2 because of the fire. 2 fire damage.
Mm-hmm. And your gun also has the fatal trait on it. The fatal trait includes a dice size. On a critical hit, the weapon's damage die increases to that damage. I just want to make sure that it actually did. Yes, it did. It worked perfectly. So in total, how much was the fire damage you said?
It's 2 plus 2 situational.
So in total, you did 13 points of damage to that zombie.
And then that would have been all 3 of my actions because manifesting the essence is an action.
Absolutely.
But it's going to stay manifested for 1 minute.
You aim your weapon. You just hear that shot ring out, which I actually do have a... There you go. It hits the thing in the shoulder, burning it a little through its flesh, and it stumbles back. And that is your turn.
I winged it.
You did. Next up, we have one of the zombies. The zombie in the very back. They are going to be moving.
I assume I shot this one.
There. Yeah,
right
you did
front.
shoot that one there. You just see the zombie lumbering towards you. They have their arms stretched out. Their just massively desiccated face just pulls out this wide mouth, toothy sneer as it's coming towards you all. It's heading towards Draven, but, you know, it's slow as shit, so it only makes it so far. We got another zombie. It's also going to be moving, using its 2 actions to stride. Getting a little bit closer, but not there yet. Aeden, it is now your turn. You can see some of those zombies are getting kind of close. What are you doing?
I'm gonna use an action to... I might as well just stride up to about Let me actually use the to here, and then I'm going to use my last 2 actions to cast Forbidding Ward on Draven.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So Forbidding Ward gives you a +1 status bonus to your armor class, saving throws, and enemy attacks, spells, or other effects. And I'm gonna choose that one there. I think. Hold on. Which one is the one that's gonna move first?
Target. This one will go first.
This one. Yeah.
If it
This is
matters.
gonna be the enemy, and then my ally that I'm gonna choose is.
Okay. So this one is now targeted. I'm going to be putting this little yellow dot on that one so you know where it is.
And if you use shield block, it will stack because shield block is circumstance, and this is stack.
Interesting.
Love it.
So do circumstance bonuses stack with each other?
No. So the
So
same type.
Neither of them can stack.
So
with
circumstance doesn't stack with circumstance, but circumstance stacks with.
themselves. Okay.
Yeah, so you want to layer the things as long as they have different names from one another.
Okay.
It's the wording that's important. Okay. Next up, we got 2 more zombies. The one that you just shot is going to be moving towards you. 5,
How many?
10, 15, let's see, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, 45, 52, right there. It's coming towards you. Its arms are outstretched.
That is one ugly bastard.
Last one's also going to move. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 52. Right there. They're not very bright. Starting at the top of the turn order, Yaekaze, what you got?
So I should have mentioned this earlier, but I do have the Soul Warden dedication. So as a part of it, there's a swirling symbol on Yaekaze's chest that whenever an undead is within 100 feet of her, it begins to glow through the cloak she's wearing.
Nice.
Undead that are hiding can roll stealth to avoid that, though.
Okay. Well, you all can see just this kind of bright light emanating off of Yaekaze's chest.
And she's going to pull from that light, and just kind of going to push outwards this bright blue light, and I'm going to cast a 3-action heal spell.
Ooh.
Oh,
Oh,
love
oh yes.
30 feet of
Okay, so this is where things get kind of interesting.
Yeah. So healing undead hurts them.
Mm-hmm.
They're just outside of the radius.
But is it an emanation?
Let me read it. It is an
It is a
emanation.
30-foot emanation, so it's centered on you.
It is centered on you. So if you wanted to hit them, you would have to move forward, but I will allow you to use your first action
Okay.
to stride if you want to.
Then, well, it's 3 actions to do the AoE, so I wouldn't be able to.
Oh, so you wouldn't be able to do that
Oh
now.
yeah.
It's true. But that's okay. You are familiar with your abilities. You do understand things like that. So, and since this is session 0, I'm not going to penalize you for that. So you can use your actions a different way.
Then instead she's going to pull the same way from it, and is going to instead throw it at the one closest. I do still have to move forward, so she's going to jump forward off of the thing, and then is just going to throw this light forward towards it, casting Disrupt Undead instead.
I like it. You target the land with a positive energy. Fortitude save for the zombie. Which zombie are you targeting?
This
Perfect. That is a 15. That is a failure.
Nice. Get enfeebled.
So let's see.
I thought I had added.
So you deal
Damage to
1d6 positive damage plus your spellcasting ability modifier. The target must make a basic save. If the creature critically fails the save, it is also enfeebled for 1 round. So they do take the damage automatically. That's 5 points plus your ability modifier.
So that is 9 total.
9 total points of positive damage or radiant damage or whatever you want to call it.
Posy.
I did have the damage in there, I just didn't have it enabled. So next time I use that, it'll actually roll the damage at the same time.
Yep, perfect. Okay. You send out this bolt of energy from your hands, flying towards it. It strikes the zombie in the chest, exploding with light and positive energy that it just kind of stumbles back a little bit. Obviously wounded, but still up.
That is all my actions.
So unfortunately, Maiko, you did miss your turn because nothing moved within close to that. Now, here's the one thing I'm blanking on, so remind me on this. If you hold your turn and the entire turn ends, do you start back at your original place, or do you start at the bottom of turn one?
If you delay an entire round without returning, your initiative doesn't change.
Perfect, that's what I thought. So, it is your turn. They are a lot closer to you now, Maiko. The nearest one would be about 40 feet away, so you'd have to use 2 actions to get there. But that one was also the one that just got hit by a bolt of light from Yaekaze, so you do know that they are wounded.
Okay, can I just use 2 moves? And I do like a little bit of a flourish, maybe a kind of a run and a tumble through to him and just hit him with my
You would not be able to. You would not be able to tumble through them because you had to use 2 actions to get there. But you would be able to get there and make an attack action.
Okay, I want to do that then.
Perfect. I'm going to roll that for you. Oof. That unfortunately was a 10, which is a miss. You're running up as quickly as you can. Although, actually, hold on. You were stealthed during that time. They did not know you were there. So I'm going to go ahead and give you that this time around. That lowers their AC by 2. And so because of that, your 10 just hits.
Oh damn, my 11 would have hit if we added that +1 bonus.
It would have.
I didn't think about that. I used my hero point.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm going to go ahead and roll the damage for you on that one. As soon as it pops up. There it is. Nope, that's not what I'm going to do. Sorry. Ugh. Ouch. You did 1 point of damage.
Yay.
That was unfortunate.
So helpful.
Yeah, you rolled a nat 1 on your damage modifier, unfortunately. Oh well. But you're still there. You stabbed at them. You're right next to them. And it is Draven's turn with Malachi on deck.
Okay. I'm gonna have to use the thing to get just 1 step up to them, aren't I? That's fine. Okay, that's alright. I'll still do it. I'll just, I guess, use 1 action to take 1 step forward.
Yeah, that's about what happens.
It's fine. That's all good. And then for my first attack, I will pull out the shovel axe, look disgustedly at these beasts, and I will swing at this one first.
Now, we'll just go ahead and say that you had your weapon in your hand
Yeah.
when you came out, because you knew something was going on. So we'll say it is already in your hand and not cost you an action for that. And with a 16, that does hit.
Right, so it's going to be 12 slashing damage.
And you're attacking this guy right here, right?
Yes, that one.
Okay, well, 12 damage is enough to take this out. So with your shovel's battle axe in hand, you swing as hard as you can at the zombie. Now, you notice something interesting as you're slicing into them. It seems as though, where did I see? It seems that the slashing that your shovel does, it's a flattened shovel, it has an edge on it, and it does slashing. You notice that as you're cutting through it, it seems to cut very cleanly through the zombie, doing extra damage, as though it seems to be weak against the edge of your blade. And it falls down to the ground, destroyed.
All right, and then I think, because I've got one more action, I can swing on the one to the other side.
You
Like,
can.
keep following the momentum and then bring it down on that one.
Now, you're going to be attacking with the second attack that actually drops your attack
Your
down
bonus?
because
Yes.
your bonus down because it takes 5 away from the second attack and then minus 10 away from the third.
Okay, I'll still try.
Mm-hmm.
So 21.
I think you
The
clicked on
minus
the wrong
5.
one.
No, it says plus
no,
-5.
it does, so you're good. A 21 is definitely going to hit.
And then that's 10 damage.
Oddly enough, it's actually 15 points of damage, doing very severe damage to this this zombie. It cuts cleanly through its chest. Some of the flesh that's rotting and desiccated on it just falls away, and the intestines fall down as well, just pooling at the zombie's feet.
Oops. Did he died?
He's not dead yet. He is still alive.
Man. Best startle.
I believe that's it for your turn.
It is. That is all I can do.
So Malachi, you're up next.
I'm gonna slap that hammer and shoot him. This guy right here. Damn! I got him with that crit, and right
Yeah.
after I turned off the auto roll crit damage. So do I just push the button, the
Yes.
28?
Just put.
Okay.
Should be a button to
no.
push. No?
Somewhere? I don't know.
Maybe not.
Yeah, I thought it would work like the other one. Maybe I should leave my auto roll crit damage on.
Maybe.
Just for ease. Auto roll crit damage. Oh, wait. Damage rolls as chat buttons. That's an option on there.
Oh, there you go.
But, okay, so what would it be, I guess? 2d10 plus die size on a critical die. It uses that die size with d10, and the weapon adds 1 additional damage die ballistic size, so it's 2d10 plus 2. Roll 2d10 plus 2. 18. And apparently it's all fire damage. It says it replaces that damage, or its original damage.
Okay, 18 points of fire damage. Who are you attacking? This guy here, or
I'm shooting the guy that I shot before.
the guy you shot before? That is more than enough to take it out. You aim levelly, squaring away right at that zombie's head. Pull your trigger, and the brain just... and the thing drops.
I say very loudly, yeehaw! And then I turn and I want to shoot this guy. With my my second bad shot.
Okay, second shot.
That's still at 16, baby.
16 does hit.
Alright. It's 3. 3 damages. Wait, plus 2? 5.
5 points of damage. That's actually exactly how much this thing had.
God damn, I'm on a roll!
You know what? Just describe that for us real quick. How you
right.
did 2 kill shots in a row.
Yeah, since I'm so close to them, these are all hip shots. So it's hip shots, slap the hammer back, hit that guy right in the head, his brain blows out in a fiery flame, and then I turn to the other guy, and just in one fell swoop, slap the hammer back and shoot him right through the chest. Can't be as precise with that one.
Hey, still not
But
too
it
bad.
worked.
Is that it for your turn?
No, I would like to draw, in my other hand, my rapier.
Okay. In your other hand, you draw out that rapier and have it at the ready.
I say, it's a party now.
Next up is that zombie that that had been targeted by Aeden's spell. It is going to be moving forward as its first action, and it's going to attempt to take a bite out of good old Draven there. Oh, actually, it's going to be... It's going to be... Okay, actually, the first thing it's going to be trying to do is it's going to kind of lumber up and try to grab you. So we're going to be making opposed athletics checks first.
Okay.
The zombie
Just
rolled
roll-
a 14. Athletics.
Oh, shoot.
Ooh. It comes lumbering forward. It pushes past your shield and grabs onto you. That was its second action. Its third action, it is going to be making a special strike against you. Its jaws attack.
Okay.
Don't worry, Draven. If you turn into a zombie, I'll put you
well-
out of your misery.
Damn it, I thought it was actually going to roll it, but it didn't seem like it. That's fine, I'll just roll the strike attack. Does a 17 hit?
It does not.
Nice. So even as you're it's holding on to you, it tries to bite down on your shoulder, but ends up just getting caught on your armor, and it's unable to bite through.
Cool.
Okay, that's it for its turn. The next one has died. Aeden, you're up. There's only one left.
I am going to no, we'll save that coolness for later. I'm going to use an action to sustain the forbidding ward.
Okay.
On Draven. Draven, did you shield block on your last turn?
No, I did not. But I
Cool.
didn't need to, so.
Cool. So, okay, as a free action, I'm gonna unleash my psyche. So what everybody sees is that out of the apparatus on Aeden's head, just like vibrations start coming out. And I'm gonna use a focus point to amp my shield spell. And I'm gonna cast it on Draven. Where did I put my... So what everybody else will see is, like, as these come out, these, like, ethereal butterfly wings, 3 of them just encase you. Which you can use shield block as a reaction, if it hits you.
Oh yeah.
And you essentially have 3 shields on you right now. You can decide to just break 1, or you can break all 3 of them to take any damage if it hits you.
Okay, cool.
Love it.
And then I have 1 more action, because shield is a 1 action spell. I'm just gonna forego it because I don't really have anything else that's only 1 act. Actually, no, that's a lie. I'm gonna give. No, yeah, that's what I'm gonna give. A little bit of guidance to. Oh crap! I already forgot character names.
Oh no.
Brandie's character.
Maiko.
Maiko. It was an M, but I was about to say Malachi, and I was like, that's not right.
Getting too much attention today.
I thought you liked attention.
I know, he's smiling when he says it.
Yeah, we all knew that. Well, top of the turn order, Yaekaze. One zombie left, currently grabbed onto your old pal Draven over there. So what you gonna do?
He's not worth a spell slot because there's only one left. So Yaekaze is going to. Yeah, she'll just pull more of the light from her chest and throw it towards him once again with another swift undead.
Get him.
Okay. Let's see that fortitude saving throw. 10, that is a failure, but not a critical failure, unfortunately. But they're still going to take that damage of 7 points. Form up that ball of light, drawing it out from your little token that you wear on your chest, launching it out into the space. It flies true over Draven's head, striking the creature, doing your damage. Still up, but wounded. You have anything left for your turn?
No, that will be all. It's not really worth it to move, so.
Yeah, fair enough. Next up, we have Maiko. There is a zombie left. They are currently 5 feet away from you right now. But if you were to move 15 feet, you could position yourself on the opposite side of Draven, which would allow you to flank them.
Yes, I would like to do so.
Okay.
And then attack probably, well, twice with my rapier if I need to hit twice.
Okay.
If once doesn't kill him.
Well, they're getting a -2 to their AC because of the flank. So let's see how you do with your rapier. A 20 is definitely going to hit. Trying to remember, correct me on this one. Do you calculate critical hits based on after circumstance bonuses or before it? After. So that is a critical hit as well. Because since...
Could you stop talking? Because I'm not hearing anything.
Can you hear me?
Oh.
Test. Can you hear me, Brandie? Anyone else?
I can hear you.
I can hear.
Okay.
I think Brandie may have gotten disconnected.
Brandie, test. Okay.
She's out.
Nope, she's out. She might have disconnected or drove through a bad
Lost
area.
signal or something.
Yeah. I'm sure she'll be back. Brandie?
Yeah, I'm here. I guess my phone just went. I don't know. I couldn't hear anything for a minute.
Yeah,
Well,
no worries.
you crit.
Well, you did crit on them with that 20 because of that the flanking maneuver, which I'm going to allow to give you panache if you needed it. However, what I'm also going to tell you is it had 13 hit points, and with your critical damage, you've done 16 points of damage. So, as this is the last creature and the last kill of the battle, describe for me real quick how this looks.
So I feel like I'm going to do kind of a little bit of a flourish, kind of a little spin and kind of almost a dance type move to get into position. And then, I'm going to kind of turn around, whip around with my rapier and just stab into the guy.
As you stab into them, you just twist and you see the zombie crumple to the ground, destroyed.
She really is a dancer.
Sorry, I just got home, so it's like doing too many things all at once.
Well done, everybody. You have defeated this group of shambling zombies that are just rambling on down the road. Malachi, as somebody who has lived in the barony of Coltrash your entire life, you're well aware of the fact that 40 years ago there was a pretty big event that there's a lot of zombies in Coltrash. And even to this day, it's not uncommon to find remnant zombies or undead just shambling around through the barony that have to be taken out. So what you're doing today is more or less just, a public service.
Yeah. When I first started learning on the firearms, I just used them for target practice.
Probably. Probably. I imagine your childhood was a little bit of Carl from The Walking Dead.
Sure. Yeah, I do a little gun spin and put my gun back in the holster.
Well done, everybody. For this combat encounter, you've all gained 80 experience points. So you can add that to your character sheet. For those of you who are not in the know, it cost 1,000 experience to level up. When you got 1,000, you trade it in, you level up to the next level. You take 1,000 off your experience, and you continue on from there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Well, the wagon driver is like, oh, well done. I can see you are all qualified adventurers. It's nice to see that the Conclave has found a decent group of Pathfinders. Hopefully you can resolve whatever it is you're being sent to.
Yeah. Well, we're qualified adventurers. I can't tell if you're a qualified wagon driver with all the jostling. So, calm down, okay? And Malachi climbs back on the wall.
During all this, I think because Draven's now in work mode, he's going to at least pull the bodies to the side. Not really bury, give them, a full
won't go in there.
burial, but he'll definitely do some, rites of passage, hoping that they continue on their journey through the next life, and that it's peaceful and all that, before he gets back on.
Yaekaze steps up beside him, and it will also say a few prayers under her breath.
I like it. Now you do eventually all climb back into the wagon, and the wagon driver whoosh, hits that whip, and the cart lurches once more.
Jostles us again.
Probably on purpose. Probably on purpose. Let's be honest.
Dick, bro. A dick. I hate this guy.
Wow. I think that's where we're going to end things for tonight. Thank you to everyone who watched. Thank you to all of you who participated. We very much appreciate it. I'm looking forward to this campaign. I hope you all are too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
It's going to be good.
Well, now we are going to be back again in January, on January 8th. That's our first session when our intrepid heroes are going to be arriving at the town of Woodpine and getting into the bulk of this new story. I'm going to go ahead and go around the table one last time and have everybody tell us who they are and where we can find you on the intranet. Let's start with Crimson.
Yeah, I'm Crimson. You can find me here every other Monday for the Æther-Tech game.
Absolutely. Brie.
I'm Brie. You can find me here every other Monday, of course, and on Instagram at Pink Chic Geek Art.
Brandie, you go next.
I'm Brandie. You can find me here every other Monday and every other Wednesday on the Random Rhapsody Network, and I'm on Insta TikTok, all the other things as River. That's River with a Y, Dragon 82. And yeah, that's it.
John, you're next.
Yes, I'm John. You can find me here every other Monday, or also here every other Wednesday with the Magi Nights campaign. I'm also on Instagram at CreativePanda88 or at Blue Sky, which is JohnPoArt. All the rest of that fun stuff. So.
Dyto, you're up.
Hi, I'm Dyto. You can find me here with Brandie every other Monday for Æther-Tech and every other Wednesday for Sonnet of Blood. I also do a lot of stuff over on Lost Caravan RPG. That I don't have the January schedule, so I don't really know what I'm doing yet. But it's probably gonna be something cozy and warm because January is cold and snowy.
Ain't that the truth?
I just need some hot chocolate and some blankets and some cuddles in January.
Perfect.
Don't we all? Don't we all? Well, as always, I am Matthew R. Dawson, your neighborhood host and game master. You can always find me here every Monday, Wednesday, and sometimes other days. You never know. Doing stuff here on the network. I'm also on All on the Table, which is associated with the Transverse on Twitch and YouTube. So check me out there twice a month, all the way through 2024. Should be a lot of fun. Well, on behalf of everyone here in the Æther-Tech Wars and everyone in the Random Rhapsody crew, I just want to say thank you, folks. It's been a delight. So long. Good luck. And until next time, I don't know yet, but I'm going to think of something, so we'll find out. But
Bye.
Anyway, have a good night, and we'll see you soon here on the Æther-Tech Wars. Good night.
Bye.
Right.